Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us, come and eat a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Frumies trading people, warriors skin. All recent gaming, go, breaks and pay top bean. Good morning, coming moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin!
Good. Wait, I hear the sound coming in. Is that me or is that okay? That's me, I guess. Yeah, it's me. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. All start tuning in, even the crazy one. Wish you a beautiful and awesome Friday, chat. We finally got Maurice to come in for a show. Finally, he's been busy. My brother Maurice, the games tester. How you been? What's cooking? What's been happening? How's everything, brother?
Well, yeah, good. Yeah, we just talked about it already. I have some little problems with YouTube at the moment right now, but loose from that, I'm doing so. I'm still happy.
Of course. I mean, so we gotta do be happy. We always gotta be happy no matter what. No matter what, we
Yep,
gotta be happy, kick butt, do what we gotta do because we have a following and the people love our stuff. We gotta do it because we love them. That's what we do.
exactly, exactly. You know what I
Uh,
always say. So a little bit story, a little bit short. My YouTube channel, the Games Tester, got demonetized
mhm.
like a couple of weeks ago for really fake reasons, and I still think YouTube, yeah, the people that work there are a bunch of assholes and dicks and dumbasses. Do I have any other words? Well, probably a few.
YouTube,
But
don't come after us anymore. We love you, YouTube. Well, when you guys fix it, we love you. But damn, that was a bad move, though. But don't come after us anymore. We're
yeah,
still
it makes no sense. YouTube
Mhm.
lost my respect.
Yeah.
It's there. I've got no respect anymore left for YouTube. It's for me. It's like
Hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
f
Yep.
you.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a little bit what it is. And further from that, I'm doing really well. I'm having a lot of fun, and yeah, Maurice,
Good
have
stuff.
you done a PlayStation 5 Pro versus Xbox Series X? No, I'm not, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm first of all, I barely do any versus videos, and it's pretty simple. The PlayStation 5 Pro runs it at 4K 60 FPS,
Hmm.
and the Xbox Series X runs it at I think it's like 16 or 1700 at 60 FPS. So yeah, of course the Pro will be a little bit better than the
Hmm.
Series X, but that's to be expected. But
Yeah,
further
that's to
from
be
that,
expected, of course. It's got when it comes down to power, it does have its power when it needs to. If they do, what's it called? Optimize it well, and if they optimize it well, then it does. That extra feature does kick in.
yeah,
If the dev does it well, because that's the thing, though. It all depends on the dev, though, with these consoles. Nothing else. It all depends. That's the
exactly. I
truth.
just recorded just like 20 minutes before this stream. I recorded the video for the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Final Fantasy.
Nice. And I heard it's running great over there. Really good. I heard they really did a good job with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's more, it's fun. I think it's really fun. I am also going to do a video on the Ally. I just got it installed here because the game is play anywhere. So if you buy it on your Xbox, you can also play it
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yep. You can also play it everywhere. That's the thing, though. That's the beauty about Xbox because that Play Anywhere title, every time you see it, guys, you got to take advantage of that. I mean, that's something that's really, one of the biggest advantages that we have on Xbox is that play anywhere. You buy the game once, you can play it anywhere you want. It's a beauty.
Exactly.
It's a beauty. It's a beauty, and you save money with that too, because that's the
Yeah.
most important feature of them all is save cash. That's what we
You
always
know,
gotta look around for.
to give you an idea, if you have a PlayStation 5 and you have
Hmm.
like a Nintendo Switch 2, you want to play Final Fantasy 7 on both systems, one on the go and one on your home system,
Hmm.
you need to rebuy it, and you can't even use the same save game on both systems. You
Hmm.
know, if you have a Xbox Series X and you have like an Xbox ROG Ally, it's play anywhere. The saves are instantly send it to your system. So when I'm done playing on my Xbox Series X, I go to bed, take out my Xbox Ally, and play further from where I was.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's what I love about Play Anywhere.
No, no, I don't think YouTube will come after me because of that, Sith Lord. No, I don't think YouTube, because he's mad. He's really expressing his feelings, so I don't think they'll come after me because of that.
What will they do? What? Why?
Why? Because it's just he's expressing something that he's furious about. But they just gotta.
Thankfully, here in this world, you can have an opinion, and if you can't have an opinion anymore, then I think YouTube will have a way bigger problem.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would, because there's a different thing though. I mean, I got the lawyers for it, and I don't want to use them though. No, I'm just kidding. I would never lawyer up for this stuff. But at the end of the day, though, I don't think they'll do nothing about it, because listen, he's just mad about a situation, and they just got to go in and fix it. That's all.
And if
That's
you
the
are
stuff.
talking the truth,
Yeah, it's not going to shoot though. Yeah.
yeah,
So, Maurice,
yes,
Maurice, my brother Maurice. Real quick, let me say good morning to my chat. Good morning to everyone. Pickles, you babe, what's up? Sid Lord, good morning to you. Babe Charisma, what's up? What's up? What's up? John TJ, good morning. How you guys been? I hope everything is good for you. And everyone who comes by and says hello, what's up to everyone? Good morning to y'all. And yeah, let's get this show started, because heck, we got the Xbox Dev Direct, which was beautiful, which was fantastic, which was a nine. For me, it was a 9 out of 10. I talked a little bit about it yesterday, because the only thing that really I was like, was the kill game, because I really gotta play it though. I really gotta play it before like I go on a bad rant to it. Because seriously, it looked weird, but weird games are usually the most fun. But I want to hear my brother Maurice's opinion about everything we saw on that showcase.
no.
It was
Well, I'm
beautiful.
gonna be honest. I didn't see the show yesterday.
What? You did not
What?
see? No, what? Oh,
I was
Maurice.
touching grass.
Oh, okay, that sucks. Then no argument there. I'm sorry, no argument there.
No. Yesterday, once every 2 weeks, I do
Mhm.
a community service with people from here in this area where I live, and we go and talk with each other about making videos with what's it called, Da Vinci.
Mhm.
And it's like a group of people like all like older people and a few younger people, and we help each other with making movies and stuff. So that
Yeah.
was yesterday, and I thought, I could choose between having fun evening with real people, real life, or I'm going to do this video about some video games that will come out on Xbox later this year. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to have a fun evening with real people.
Okay. So you did not watch the showcase. You did not see the new Forza, how it's looking, how he's like, come out the show.
Kick him off the panel. He'll really
No,
good. Nah, I
no.
did see some of the trailers, for Forza Horizon and Fable.
Yeah.
And pretty cool that they will bring. I was surprised, not gonna lie, but I do think it's really cool that they bring Fable day and date to PlayStation and all
Yeah.
systems. It,
Yeah.
it makes sense. It's a really expensive game,
Exactly.
probably. So yeah, to bring it, I was actually more surprised that they didn't. That they aren't going to bring Forza Horizon 6 day and date to
Yeah.
PlayStation. That was
Yeah,
actually a bigger surprise than Fable coming to PlayStation.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. That was when I saw that. I was like, weird that they're going to take their time, to deliver over there. I guess basically, I think that probably since they put Forza Horizon 5 there, and then after they saw that it's really pumping up over there, they said, okay, let's maybe the original plan was like, I think the original plan was, hey, listen, let's get this game in, what's it called? Let's get this game in development of Xbox. Let's put the other one in PlayStation, see how well it does, and then we'll decide if we should like wait a while or something. Because they even said it like it's still in 2026. They're thinking about putting the game over there.
Hmm.
And so probably since they saw like how much Forza sold and how good how good it went there, probably they said, okay, maybe it's time to pump this up, and try and get it to be delivered, because I think they were going to take their time to deliver with their PlayStation probably, and they had to change their heart, and so probably that's it. But with Fable though, because what's interesting about Fable is when you see that trailer, you see everything that was jotted down in that trailer. You just by having 1,000 NPCs for you to talk to and have different dialects, like they have different conversations. I'm sorry. Wow. Just with that thing, that's gotta cost a lot of money though to get
Yeah,
all that
more,
stuff in
more,
there.
but
Damn.
more is not always better. I think
Yeah,
it
I know. I
it
know.
looks nice on paper, but are we going to use it?
It all. I don't know. It all depends though, because I mean, Fable is all about
Hey,
pretty much.
I need to talk to 1,000 people in that game. I don't even want to talk to 2 people in real life.
But here's the thing about Fable though, because Fable's like it's an interesting concept though, right? You go in, you get to buy how many houses you want, you get to buy how many businesses you want, you get super rich, you get married how many times you want, because that was something I was laughing about, that you can get married in this town, then you get married in the other town, you can buy a house one next to each other, marry two people next to one another to see if they go out there and fight each other. But it's interesting though how much stuff you can do in that game besides kicking chickens, because that's the main thing we want to do. We want to go in and kick chickens, because if we don't kick chickens, we will not be happy with Fable. We wouldn't be if we don't kick the chickens though. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting though, like all the stuff you can do in that game and everything. And of course, the most important thing, because for the internet, the most important thing was the character customizations. They were pretty aggressive about that. Like, if it doesn't happen, it's gonna suck. I'm like, oh Lord. I was even asked that the other day. I was like, huh? I mean, I understand, like, yeah, okay, okay. Because seriously, like when people jump in and play Red Dead, they don't complain about Red Dead. The only thing you change is you can make them bald, or you can leave them stinky, or you can make them chubby or skinny, and that's it.
Yep.
That's what you can do in Red Dead, and change his clothes and no character customization. Same thing with Witcher 3, right? Geralt of
Yep.
Rivia, you can shave him, you can add a beard, stuff like that. That's the character
You can
customization.
shave him everywhere.
I don't know about the everywhere part, but I don't think during that time they had Manscaped. But if they did, I would be kind of scared that they did have Manscaped back in the day.
Okay,
But yeah, because it would have been big ass scissors or something like that.
that would be something.
That would be something, yeah. But
That
either
would
way,
be.
though, I just didn't understand why they went on a rant with it. And then they saw the customizations. And Maurice, one of the things I saw out there on the internet, because of course the internet's got to be the internet, they're talking about that Fable does not have a companion, and that's bad. But when you look at the original Fable, the very first Fable, the one that came out, he did not have a companion, though. I don't know why they're complaining about that, though. They always look for that but when it comes down to the game.
Yeah, but that's why I'm sometimes a little bit done with if you want to find something negative about a game,
Yeah.
I can find a negative about even the most perfect game ever
Mhm.
made. Then
Yep.
there's always a few guys that are really sour about it, and they want to try and find something wrong with a game. Don't give it attention. Go, don't.
Yeah.
I don't care. On forehand, I always I never like to really go into games that I haven't played yet. If I haven't played the game yet, I'm not gonna complain about anything. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But it's like complaining about a movie you haven't seen.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like they all do all the time. They was complain about something, or talk bad about something. It's like IGM with the Penguin. They give it a 5, and the Penguin is a pretty fucking good show.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's like they always look for that negative conversation about the game
There's
because,
and negativity sells. Let's be honest.
yeah, it does. It does. It
It's
does.
if they have like a article, if IGN has a article with saying, "Oh my goodness, Xbox makes the best games of this
Yeah.
generation," that's 5 people that click on it. If they make a article that says Xbox down the hill makes worst games ever and is going to die within 2 weeks, they will have a million clicks on it. So yeah, what are they going to do? They make something negative, and people will click on it. That's
Hmm.
it.
That's it. Yeah, that's why out there in media right now, they're out there saying that that since Fable does not have a companion, it's a problem. Blah blah blah. They're looking for the negatives because look at the other day, like I mentioned though, they were complaining about custom character customization. As I was like, they should have it though because I remember in Fable that you can change. I think it was gender. I don't know. I think it was. I don't remember, but you can change like the hair and stuff like that back in the day. I remember all that stuff from Fable though because it's been a long time that I played a Fable game though. That's why was talking about it. Like I remember they kind of had something like that, so it would be weird if they didn't have that
I
though. Of
was
course,
literally, I was literally trying to
yeah,
get into Fable back again, like this week or something. The first one, even
yeah.
before they announced the new show with Fable. I got a new hobby, and that's like collecting for the original Xbox. I think
Hmm.
I already talked about that a little bit.
Yeah,
So I got the original Xbox. Also downstairs, I got now a original Xbox, and I'm enjoying that thing way too much.
of course. That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying collecting, my brother. And one of the best features it had, Maurice, we cannot deny it. It was that loading screen. I miss loading screens. I miss them. I'm so.
Well, there are still enough loading screens in games.
Not that, but yeah, Maurice, it's not the same thing though because you only got 5 seconds or 10 tops. Back in the day, you had like a minute. In that minute, you can make popcorn, you can go to the bathroom, you can do all this stuff. Yeah, it was a nice feature though. I know Chad's gonna get me for that. Be like, no, Lou, we don't like loading screens. I mean, that's a big change because of course we got accustomed to it. But when after things go by, you like sit down and think about it. It's like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh crap, the game is loaded in. I gotta hit pause or I gotta do something. Oh man.
Those were the
Yeah,
days.
those
Yeah,
were the yeah.
I started collecting for the original Xbox. I think it was um September or August last year. I got my hands on a original Xbox in box, and yeah, and I was like, "Oh, how am I going to make this thing work on the original with original hardware on a new HTV?" I literally, yeah, I got the controller right here. This is an original Xbox S controller, and yeah, I've been busy working on that a lot, but also collecting the games. The funny thing about collecting for original Xbox, they are dirt cheap.
Oh
The
yeah, they are.
games are
They,
dirt cheap. You
that's
can
good
get
though.
like there are, I think, just little over, just under 1,000 games that ever came
Thousand
out for the
games.
Xbox.
Yeah.
And you can get like 950 of those games for in the price range, so anywhere between 1 and 10 euros. There are only like 50 games
But
or something that are pretty expensive.
enjoy that right now because soon, like by the years go by, they start to hike the prices though. That's what they do. Like a couple years later, like let's say 2 or 3. If you're buying at 5 or 10, the next time it's gonna be 20, 30, or 40 because they do kind of start increasing like by the years go by. Because for Dreamcast is the same thing. There's some games I can get them for dirt cheap, but there's some games that you're like, wow, this is expensive. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Panzer Dragoon Orta. It's really cool. Crimson Sea. No, I got a really. But also games I never even knew they had games. I'm
Yeah.
like there's a complete world opening up for me from games I never heard of, but I really wanted to play. I found
Yeah.
there's like a Nightmare Before Christmas game on the Xbox original. I'm like, wait, what?
Uh,
A
a
Disney
Nightmare
Haunted Mansion
Before
game on the
Christmas.
Xbox.
Wow. Wow. Nightmare Before Christmas. There was a game of Nightmare Before Christmas though.
There is
Wow.
a game from Nightmare Before Christmas on the
Wow.
original Xbox.
That must have been a good game. They should make a game like that these days and make it,
And there are like Buffy the Vampire games that are actually good.
really? No way.
That are actually good
Better,
on this system.
better than the Pamela Anderson games?
I don't think that one. That one was only on the original PlayStation 1. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it
There
was
was
a
like a
really.
game called Barbed Wire. Remember
Yeah,
that?
and you had barbed wire, and you had another one.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. I no. I don't know. I don't know anymore. No, there. I already know what the more high priced
Mhm.
original Xbox games. They are, yeah, they are pretty standard. That's like Otogi 1 and 2. Those are pretty expensive. Um, the most famous expensive game on the original Xbox is probably Outrun 2006 Coast to
Mm,
Coast. That's probably the most
really?
expensive.
That you saw out there?
Yeah, but the most famous expensive game.
Oh, okay, okay. Cool. Did not know about that. Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
the most expensive game is still what's it called? That Mechasalt game with the both the big ass controller.
Mech Assault. Yeah. That's a game that TJ really talks a lot about, that Mech Assault game. I remember because here's the thing though, back in the OG Xbox, right? I didn't remember playing Mech Assault because where I was at, because I was in school, stuck in school, I did not have internet though there. So yeah, I couldn't play online games and anything. So I just played single player games. That was basically what I played. That's what happened with me in the OG Xbox.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how it is, though. That's how it was.
No,
Aw, poor dude.
it's a lot of fun to get into original
Retro,
Xbox collecting.
retro collecting. Yes, it's always fun to collect stuff. Yeah, it's always fun.
And you know what the best part of it is? There's no
What?
internet connection needed. There's nothing needed. I don't need to talk with people. I'm just putting in the game card. You know what I've been playing the last couple of days on the original
What?
Xbox? Burnout 3 Takedown.
Wow, really?
Oh
Wow,
my goodness, that's fun.
wow, that's cool. The Burnout series. Wow, wow, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
But a lot of games are not backwards compatible. That's so sad. There's only like what 50 games or something from the
Yeah,
original Xbox that are
yeah.
backwards compatible on the Xbox Series
That's
S and
because
X.
that's because that it's hard for them to get to the license or get
Mhm.
together with the devs, because because what sucks though, because back in the day there was whew, I Maurice, when we sit down and we look at games nowadays and compare it to like games for over like the last whew, when it was PS2 games and Xbox games, there was thousands of devs though. We had like 30 40 games coming out in 1 month
Yeah,
pretty much when it came down to like the big AAA studios though, like 30 or 40 games coming out a month. Nowadays it's like 5 or 10, because it's or either big companies picked them up, or either they got shut down, or either and
it
like
got too expensive to make AAA
yeah,
games.
it's got too expensive to make AAA games. Yeah, so yeah, some of those studios got smaller, because when you look at, for example, look at Konami. Konami is a prime example though. Konami, the guys behind Metal Gear and everything, look what they've done. They really like kind of shrunk the size and now focus more like into mobile games. And now they have like other devs making their own games. Like Silent Hill 2 was made by someone else. Yeah,
Bloober Team.
Bloober Team. Yeah, and so that's what pretty much they're doing though. Like they shrunk.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the what's it called? Konami is not a small company.
Oh no, it's not a small company, but I'm talking about they shrunk the
Like
size when it comes down to the before they used to make big, huge games, but
Yeah, but the games industry was not never that interesting for Konami. The most. Do you know what they make the most money with?
with what?
Pachinko machine.
Casinos. Yep, casinos, right? Yeah,
Pachinko.
pachinko. Let's look
Pachinko.
pachinko machines.
Yeah,
Machines.
Konami is like one of the biggest pachinko machine.
I want a pachinko machine. Oh hell no! Those need to take my money. Never mind. So Maurice, besides Fable, what did you enjoy about Forza Motorsport? I mean Forza Horizon. Sorry, 'cause I just
Um,
ah,
Always good, but
mhm.
it's Forza Motorsport or for Forza Horizon,
Yeah, I
so
got confused. Yeah.
I know what's coming. It's not like it's a big surprise or anything. I'm not expecting these cars transform into robots or something.
Hey, wait a minute. They can though because we got Gundam behind them. Maybe
Oh yeah, you never
yeah,
know. You
yeah,
never know.
Gundam stepping on top of them though. I mean, it was kind of interesting though to see. I wonder why they didn't add Godzilla to it. They should have added Godzilla, at the end. It had like Gundam in there and Godzilla there.
Gojira!
Godzilla! I mean, that would have been awesome if you would see Godzilla step and go, "Rah!" You're like, what? Godzilla's in the game, yay!
Or Godzilla driving one of the cars.
Listen, Godzilla driving a car though. How will that work though? I mean, they shrink Godzilla to size. Yeah, they could have given him like a Godzilla costume or something. You
Hey, you never
see,
know.
Forza, we're giving you ideas. Do a Godzilla level. You guys
Or
can do it.
at least get some licensing from
Yeah,
Toho
exactly.
and
Do something about it.
do some
Yeah,
Godzilla stuff.
because I mean, they're happy to do it. I mean, if they got it for Dave the Diver, one of the best games this generation, we cannot deny it.
Well,
Love
I
Dave the
did
Diver.
hear that Toho, the guys
Yeah.
behind Godzilla,
Uh-huh.
are really hard to get stuff from.
Really?
Yeah.
Then how did the guys from Data Diver get it and all that stuff? Because I've seen a lot of Godzilla content, even for Fortnite. I think they had Godzilla once.
Yeah, but it's
Uh,
really expensive to get Godzilla.
I bet, yeah, it's gotta, yeah, expensive. It's gotta be, of course, but yeah, it would be nice though to see Godzilla hop in because that's part of it though. I
Yeah.
mean, that's part of it. That's Godzilla is amazing. We all live
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
That would be really cool. Yeah, but I'm really curious what they are going to do with
Gundam.
Forza Horizon 6. Japan
Yeah.
is always been a place a lot of people were talking about for a Forza Horizon. Even before Forza Horizon 4 or 5, they were already talking about Japan to be like an amazing, yeah, venue or yeah, the place do this driving. You get like these Tokyo drift levels maybe
Yeah.
even, and like going through these big cities with sports cars. I can already see it.
Hmm. You already see it then. Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, look, I like the whole idea. Like now you have garages, and now you have like other stuff in there. I love the idea that you can build your own city. Though you have like a farm, you start building, just build, 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 build. I like that. I would say, you see, that makes that game interesting because there's some people that just go out there and race, and some people just want to do extra stuff, and that extra stuff in the game is actually pretty cool because lately it's what we do. I mean, like for example, I'm right now. I don't know if you've been playing Arc Raiders like I have, and
Hmm.
when you sit there and you look at Arc Raiders, like yeah, it's simple. You go in, you loot, you come back. You go in, you loot, and you come back, and that's it. Basically, that's the game. You get better weapons. You get it in purple. You get it. You start the whole powerful thing and all that stuff. You got to look for blueprints and everything. But that's the part where you get addicted to because once you start grabbing all that stuff, it's like it becomes an addiction. You grab all the stuff, you're like, okay, let me upgrade my workbench. Okay, let me do this. Let me go over here and do that, because you get really sucked in by it. It's amazing,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
It's amazing. So yeah, I like that idea that you get to build your place though. That was awesome. Like build your own like city or town. That
yeah.
look cool though. That look cool.
But yeah, I'm really curious. Let them bring it on. I'm
Yeah.
rather tomorrow than next week.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta wait till May 19th for that sucker. We gotta wait for May 19th though. We gotta wait for May 19th in order to sit there and play
Yep.
that. Oh Lord, Igor says, for someone who never touched a Fable, when the first thing they do is complain how the combat looks. Ah, God. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, Igor. If you sit there and you put a side by side comparison with The Witcher, right? side by side comparison with The Witcher and that one, you will see you will see like how the game is. You will see it. Oh, whoa, street light. This name was the lies living in a restless paradise. Yeah. Maurice
before
is.
the video gets demonetized.
Nah. It was not for like what's it called for like 30. It's not. It didn't go beyond 10 seconds though. So I
That's
think
my
we're good.
ringtone on my cell phone.
Oh, no worries. I got the Peacemaker on my cell phone, so it's cool. It's okay. We got our
Okay,
own. Yeah, we got our own cool ringtones though.
perfect.
The Witcher's 1,000. No. Listen. I'm not comparing graphically on how they look though. I'm saying like the combat though. If it looks like kind of like the Witcher's though, like the what's it called uh what's it called, Maurice? The like when like the kill, like what is it? Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Like when you go in for the last kill, like he does like a cool movement and stuff like that. What's it called? Hmm,
Fatality.
the fatality. I don't know. It's something I don't know. It's gotta.
No, it's actually a mix of Gangsta's Paradise with Lava Chicken from the Minecraft movie
Oh, okay. There you go. All right.
that I'm using. La 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 lava, chicken.
But
This lava chicken is okay.
yeah, though I like the combat though. The finisher move, yeah, the finisher move, yeah. Sometimes like the Witcher added that to the combat because before they didn't have
Finishing
it.
move, yeah.
The finishing move, the it had a name for it because I remember when I was playing Shadow of Mordor, the first one, right? And you press two buttons and it did that instant kill thing. That was pretty cool. Instant kill, I think that's what's called. Yeah, the instant kill. That was pretty cool. You got two slashes in and then comes the instant kill. Oh man, I miss Shadow of Mordor combat. But yeah, but at the end of the day, though, look, when it comes down to Fable, the combat is there, but in the game, there's just more to the combat, though. Because listen, the combat is like the most important thing, of course, but the rest of what you do in Fable, like I said, you gotta go in, you talk to people, you get married, you build houses, you buy businesses, you go to work, you do stuff. There's so much to do in Fable. Fable's such a big game and such engaging. Because that's the thing that people don't talk about is that when I always like my number one problem with big open world games is there's not that much engagement. There's not that much. That's where Rockstar comes in and shines when it comes to engagement. I mean, they really do a good job that you can engage with everything that happens around your surroundings, though, pretty much.
Hmm.
And I like that idea that they actually really did focus for the game to be engaging. That's why when they said the 1,000 dialogues, you know what that tells you? That tells you that the game is going to be really engaging. It's going to be really fun. It will be.
I
You
hope
probably,
so.
yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be real fun. It looks like, and of course, that you kick chickens because if you don't kick chickens, we won't be happy, like I always say. But the engagement is the most important thing because, man, sometimes you're like in this big open world, and basically, I'll give you an example like Assassin's Creed. It gets to a point where you start doing the same things. But here, for example, you get to buy a house. You go to another town, buy another house. You get to marry another person. You get to do this like different, like you can date different types of ladies out there. You're like, yeah, let me date this one, let me date the other one, let me date the other one. Get married, have my kids, and all this stuff, and have a different homes, different jobs. I think it does. Even it has fish. I think it has fishing. I hope it does because it'll be fun to fish in that game. But yeah, it's just so many things to do in that game, which is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. So yeah, that's why when people go out there and hate on this game, I'm like, no, it's engaging. So it makes it entertaining for us. And it's going to be one of those big ass games that is going to suck in all the time in the world. I mean, Maurice, I think this is going to be like a 300, 400 hour game. No joke. With everything you got to do.
Maybe I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
What I always say, bigger is not always better.
Yeah. I know that bigger's not always better, but when it comes to engagement, though, at least.
Give me a good game that's 5 hours long than a meh game that's 400 hours long.
Yeah, I always say that too. But if it doesn't have engagement, oh my God. Oh, it's painful to go through a game that doesn't have that much engagement, though. It's painful. It's painful. I hate it when it doesn't have that much engagement. Like, you got to really push it through.
I would rather have like a pretty streamlined Fable game with a great
Mm-hmm.
story that's like 20, 25 hours long somewhere in that range, and that it has like a bunch of side quests and other crap
Hmm.
you can do that will take it upwards to like 50, upwards to 100 hours or something, but make the main game or like around 20 25 hours.
I
That's more
think
than enough.
I think the main story's got to be like between 25 to 30 hours, though. I think it will be. But then the rest of the stuff you got to do, which is side quests, it'll be fun to do it.
I hope so. Most of the games, and even the big games like GTA and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all these side quests are like 90% the same.
Yeah.
Drive from A to B, shoot C,
Shoot.
D, E, and F, and drive back to A. That's it.
That's how it is. Jay Reezy with the $2 super. He says, buying up properties to be a name of rich slumlord. Yeah, because that's interesting too. I like one of the things I like about the video is how they say though, like, whoa, you can either choose to slay the giant or you can keep him alive. But if you kill the giant, though, properties will go down. It's gonna suck because probably the giant might get stinky. Oh, I was like, oh god, that is just horrible though. How they said that out there. But yeah, he's gonna be there for the whole game. I was like, what? No way. I can't imagine that because it will take it a while for decompose though. But yeah, but to be honest, so I just loved everything I saw. Like one of the things I really enjoyed from the trailer was the fog fight. I was like, you
Okay.
see, that's cool. Because that's something that's not been seen too much in games. Like you're in the middle of a big ass fog and it's scary though. And all of a sudden you see an enemy just hop into your screen and come kick your butt. Man, that's pretty cool. That keeps you intense. I love that scene. That was pretty cool. Plus the bows and arrows and stuff like that. I mean, everything was just wonderful. I found it pretty much everything wonderful. Mm. But I get your point though, because I do complain a lot about big AAA games being so long that yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't need to be anymore. I'm a little bit done with that.
yeah,
Get to the point.
yeah. Get to the point though. But if it's long though, make it interesting. That's what I say. Make it
Yeah.
interesting. Don't make it like, for example, when you go in and play Red Dead Redemption though, Red Dead Redemption Two, one of my favorite games, for a while now. What I really do love about that game is that it's always engagement. Something was always happening. Some guy comes up, oh, even though it's the same thing though. Oh, I got bit by a snake. Oh, this and that, but it always keeps it interesting. Like, oh, let me go get this gold bar. Oh, let me go get this gun, or let me see the UFO come in. Stuff like that. Yeah,
hmm
yeah, stuff like that. That's always interesting to see.
Yeah,
Engagement is good.
and there was, I think there was also a Game Freak game that they showed off some things of.
What? What is it?
A game from the Pokemon company.
Oh, ooh, oh my God, I forgot the name of it. Watch it yesterday. I forgot the name of it. Piece of Incarnation, I think it is. Is it Piece of
Yeah,
Incarnation?
something like that.
Yeah, that one looks pretty cool too. I'll be right back, Maurice. Let me go do something real quick. I'll be right back. Just
Yo,
gotta, yeah. Hold on with the chat. Hold on. Be right back.
okay, no
Be right back.
problem. Yeah, but I have no idea what to expect from that game. Look at that. Woo, that's how a real man looks like, you guys, in his prime. It's like the Monster Hunter style game. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm sad I didn't watch the whole show yesterday. I didn't had any time for it, so otherwise I would have definitely checked it out. But yeah, um, hey guys, I would like to ask a question to Maurice, the expert tech guy. Do you think a new PC subsegment like console will emerge officially? You mean like a console slash PC hybrid, something like that? Yeah, I still think that something like that will happen. They are already doing that with the Xbox Ally, and that's already a little bit of an hybrid between PC and Xbox. So yeah, I'm not sure how they are going to do it. What would be really cool, and that's how my personal idea of what a next gen Xbox could look like is a Xbox that's just a PC with the PC software. but where you can put in like all your old Xbox games you ever owned just inside of that system, with a emulation or something like that. That would be really cool. Yeah, the Xbox 360 is modern retro. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, the original Xbox and the Xbox original is already 25 years old. We're a quarter century into the Xbox generation. How? Why am I so old? I can still remember Xbox coming to the scene, and I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, I'm still a little bit flabbergasted by 25 years. It was 2001. Holy moly, that's a long time, you guys. That's crazy insane. But yeah, I do think that there will be some kind of hybrid between console and PC. Yeah, we are literally closer to 2050 than we are to go back to 2000. 2050 is closer than 2000. How insane is that? If you think about it. But yeah, I'm really curious what they will do. It would also be cool if Xbox would open up the Xbox Series S and X. They already stopped. They practically stopped selling the Xbox Series S and X here in the Netherlands, where I live. I don't know a single store where I could buy a Xbox Series S or X anymore. They are completely gone. Even my local media market, that's like a really big, that's like a Target here in Europe. Um, it's gone. They only have PlayStation and Nintendo games. They don't have anything anymore. So yeah, I'm really really curious what they are going to do. Yeah, the man in its prime.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to take some meds. Sorry about that.
No problem, buddy. Hey,
Okay.
little thing. I don't have that much time. I just got a call from a friend of mine.
Oh no.
Yes, and
How you
he
doing?
wanted to come over for in like 20 minutes. So
Okay, okay, that's cool. That's cool. No problem. Oh, nice. You're gonna have a friend over. That's awesome, though, Maurice. You're gonna have a friend over, have some fun, play some games, and yeah, crack jokes and grab a
no,
beer,
it's not
right?
even. No. We need to go to IKEA together.
Oh, what you guys gonna buy though in IKEA?
A DVD case holder thing and another thing, but he doesn't have a car, so he wants to drive with me with my car towards the IKEA, and we can get the stuff that he needs at his home.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Okay, okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool.
So yeah.
More for DB2.
Hey,
More for
Silent
DB.
Cipher.
What's up, Simon? How you doing? They expanded out our Xbox section at my Walmart down the street. More space, consoles, and accessories. But yeah, Bariso, you talked a little bit about Beast Incarnation, but I ran into the to go take the meds. So how? What do you think about it, though? I think you already said it, though. But you found it
What?
really? Did you find it really cool? Because I'll be honest with you, I like that they got away a little bit from Pokemon, right, and just making a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done games before on Xbox. A lot of people don't even know that, but
No.
if you get there's a really fun game called Tembo the Badass Elephant, and that one's also from Game Freak, from the guys
Wait,
from Pokemon.
Temple the badass elephant is from that company?
Yeah, it's from the Pokemon Company.
Wow, no way. Hmm. Maurice.
Oh, the He-Man movie. Have you seen
Okay.
the trailer?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, looky there.
Yep. I got a question for you, Maurice, though, because I know you only got 20 minutes, so we want to tackle that down real quick. Did you like it though? Did you love it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I do. You know, the best part of it is probably that they made Jared Leto unrecognizable. So that's a really, really good thing.
That's a really good thing. Because I know you hate Jared Leto. I know you
I
can't
don't hate
stand
the
him.
guy. I just think,
Yeah, he
he
killed.
tanks everything. He literally, I was talking with a friend of mine. This guy he should be studied. Jared Leto. Jared Leto should be studied. He destroyed the DCU
With the Joker, right? Okay.
with the Joker.
He destroyed
He
what's the
destroyed the Spider Verse, Sony Marvel Verse,
Oh yeah, he did. He did. He did with Morbius,
and
wasn't
he destroyed any chance of a new Tron movie ever.
it?
How in the world can you destroy three famous?
Yeah, maybe it's like what I say though. Maybe the only movie that actually found the clue how to get, how to make Jared Leto work was Lord of War. You know what happened in that movie to
Yeah,
Jared
Lord
Leto
of
though?
War,
Yeah, they
perfect
made
movie.
yeah.
But let him just sing his songs and stop putting this dumbass in movies. Nobody wants to see him.
Yeah, but I really love the trailer though, and that's here's I wanted to ask you. I know you're a big He-Man fan too. Like, they're pretty much doing the same thing as Match of the old Masters of the Universe though. It's pretty much like the same thing because we saw Adam.
No,
He's
the other way around.
Yeah, it's the other way
Um,
around. Yeah, they changed a couple things though with it though, right?
but that's for the good, I think. The only thing I was a little bit surprised about is, in the series, Tila never knew that Adam was He-Man. So
Oh,
I'm really curious how they are going to do that
yeah,
in this one.
yeah,
If that was always like a little bit like she's probably the dumbest girl in the world because He-Man and Prince Adam look exactly the same. But then again, it doesn't matter. Um, that was always like a
yeah. I
little bit
mean,
like
I mean, Maurice,
weird.
remember one thing, like in the Ninja Turtles movie. I mean, Raphael was in the city, wearing just a trench coat and just being a turtle. I mean, you can look at it, you literally see a green dude. Like okay, that's definitely a turtle. But yeah, like that disguise was like no. But then in the cartoon though, they put on the mask and.
Yeah, I also don't know why Jared Leto still keeps getting roles. I have
Yeah,
no
no,
idea.
we don't know. We don't have any idea because of that. Because what's interesting though about this though,
Maybe he's cheap.
probably it is. But the thing is that when you look at Masters of Universe, the original with Ralph Lundgren, right?
Yeah, Dolph
Yeah,
Lundgren.
yeah, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, thank you. When you look at Dolph Lundgren's version, right, and you look at that Skeletor, that guy who played Skeletor really, really was on the dot.
Yeah,
Now the little enemies he had, the sorceress and stuff like that. That was the sorceress. What was her name though? Was the Evil Lynch, wasn't it? Evil Lynch. Yeah, Evil Lynch.
Evelyn.
Yeah, Evelyn. Yeah, Evelyn. Was like, she was there. She was just there. It was okay. Her role was okay. Then the other guys was like, no, you know. But he really did a good job with the guy who played Skeletor. Really did an amazing job. So I'm really worried about that though, because Skeletor has to be ruthless, has to be everything. I
But
mean,
Skeletor is actually quite funny. Have you ever watched the cartoons back
yeah, of
from
course,
back
yeah,
then?
of course, that was pretty funny. Yeah,
That voice of Skeletor,
yeah.
it's
Amen. Yeah,
it's
it's
hilarious. I
hilarious though.
love it. I
Mm-hmm,
got so many. I got like what over 50 figures or something
mm-hmm.
back there from He-Man.
Yeah, He-Man's cool. And
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 they
the,
can make a whole universe about He-Man.
they can, yeah,
They
they
can
can.
make so many movies if this is going to work. I said it yesterday to a colleague of mine when
Yeah,
I saw this trailer for
yeah,
He-Man. I got
yeah,
the same feeling that I got for when I saw the first trailer for Transformers, the first movie.
yeah. Transformers, more than meets the eye.
That's always been a dream to see another
Yeah,
real life. He-Man, Masters of the Universe
Yeah,
movie.
if they
Again,
can, and the good thing is that this one get if this one they pull it off with this one, like they do a really good job with it. I imagine we're gonna get a Thundercat movie real soon, and that will be awesome. That's something we've been asking for years because even though we have Dolph Lundgren's He-Man from back
I
in the
got
day,
I
but we
got
never
a
got
full
Thundercats.
collection of figures that are literally
Yeah,
He-Man versus X Thundercats.
Thundercats. Yeah, you told me about it. Yeah, yeah, you told me about that universe though. That was that I think it's like He-Man dies or something or
Yeah,
and
wait a
yeah,
second. I can literally show you. I got them
yeah,
here.
the figurines for He-Man. I love that stuff. Super Hot. I don't know if Super Hot can make a movie though. I don't know about that one though. Ray says, so I get what you're saying with the name He-Man. Still sounds strange to me, in my opinion. Yeah, I get it, I get it. But back in the day though, when we were young, saying He-Man, it was pretty cool though. It was pretty
No,
cool,
I
right?
got here. This is Lion-O, Masters of the Universe X Thundercats Lion-O.
Wow, that's cool.
And
That's cool.
this one is also pretty funny. This is Thundercats Battle Cat.
Ah, you see, that one is perfect for the Thundercat world, though.
How cool is this?
That is fantastic. That's cool. That idea was pretty cool, though. That was a pretty cool idea. I like how they mix things up, though. Seriously, I like how they.
She-Ra.
She-Ra. Oh God,
And they
no,
can make a She-Ra movie. They can make all
no,
kinds
please
of
no,
crossover.
no.
They can even make a Turtles crossover, you
No.
know? It's all from the same company now.
Please, 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 don't. She-Ra is okay.
They can do, or imagine, do a GI Joe. There's a talks right now about a PJ or PJ-16 version of GI Joe X Transformers.
Oh wow,
Yeah, or
that'd be cool.
Mask. Bring back Mask.
Mass, we can do that. Yeah, yeah, they can do that now because with the CGI and everything, they can bring all that stuff in.
Oh,
Uh,
there are so many great cartoon series. JC and the Wheeled Warriors that would also work.
yep.
Or maybe even there's too much to call. I'm going offline. I'm
All
really
right.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Things happen, bro.
I
But either way,
already see his car.
but no
It's
worries. We just reschedule for another time, bro.
yeah. When I have a little bit more time.
Yeah, I know you've been busy, But either way, though, it was fun having you on, Maurice. It was fantastic. Seriously, brother, have a good day. And man, I hope everything gets solved and everything is good. And really,
That will be solved eventually.
eventually, yeah, yeah,
Fire is worse.
yeah. Fire is worse. That's true, though. That's true.
Fire is worse, and always stay
Yeah,
positive. That's always like
that's
we
what we
said,
gotta do.
like a famous Dutch clown always said here in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Altijd blijven lachen, and that means always, yeah. Don't worry, be happy.
Don't worry, be happy. Yep, that's how it is. But again, Maurice, thank you. And you gotta go though, so I'll just tell everyone where they can find you if you don't have the time to say it.
Till next time, buddy. Love
Till
you,
next
and
time.
love all the people that are watching. Till next
All right,
time.
love you,
Bye.
buddy. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. So, Chad, let's reel this back in right over here. Let's keep on talking about Fable and everything that's cooking with Fable. Like I said, though, right? It's gonna be amazing. Like out of all the trailers, like I said, Fable was the one who really knocked me out the park. Forza Horizon, I love Forza. Playing with friends and everything. I'm happy. I really do hope. I forgot to tell Maurice, we gotta bring the Forza crew back. The Forza Fridays that we used to. Hope that comes back because that's what we mostly played. Forza Horizon. Having fun with the Forza crew, just running around, just racing. That's it. Will Fable be playable in the Rock Ally? Raging it 48804. Yes, it will be. Why not? Because here's the thing, though, right? About Fable being played on Rock Island. Remember, all the titles, they said it on the beginning of the show. All the titles will be on Xbox Game Pass. Plus, it will be played anywhere. So, yes, it's going to work, my friend. It's going to work 100%. So, let me see. If you buy a big money action figurine, it comes with a girlfriend. No. Why is it just no? It's gonna come with a string that you pull it, and it's gonna say, "I got a girlfriend." And then if you turn on the switch, It's gonna have a little battery, and then you turn on the switch. He starts walking around and hiding, to the girlfriend though. That's what he's gonna do though. But it won't come with the girlfriend though, because we have not seen Big B Bunny's girlfriend yet. We have not seen that yet. But he says he has, but we haven't seen it though. So, like I was saying though, yes, it will be played on the ROG Ally X. No worries about that. Yes, it will be played on the ROG Ally X, and there's, like I said though, everything is gonna be played anywhere though, which is fantastic. If you have the handheld for you to play, it will be there. It will be there. Look at me when he says, "Damn." Oh man. So, chat, let's read what media has been saying out there about Fable. Because that's the thing that really got to me, which I was like, huh? If you got Big B Money action figure, will come with the GTA 6 body pillow with text across the face saying, text across the face that says, "My girlfriend." I don't know if everybody's great adventures. And the only thing after watching that, I want to see it is 60 FPS, want to see it polished. Yes, sir, 100%. Because that's the thing about these guys though. When it comes down to playground games and the way the game looks, they really do 100% bring something beautiful. Because when I look at Forza Horizon, from also Forza Horizon 5, and also like Forza Motorsport, right? Even though it didn't come with the extra perks and everything, but the game though, the cars look beautiful, the reflections on the car were fantastic. Everything from that is fantastic though. So yeah, they really do a good job when it comes down to polishing though. They do. Sometimes it'll bring in the perks, but yeah. Big Money Girlfriend is excuse to leave your friends at the mission. Did you like Fable? Yes, I did, my friend. Retro Nerd, it was fantastic. I gotta say though, right? Look, that was for me. That was the game that knocked it out the park because, like I mentioned earlier during the show, the thing that I love is how engaging it's going to be. For me, it's not going to be a very boring game. Like one of those big open worlds. Like when I talk about Assassin's Creed, like it's fun until you reach like a point of 60 or 70 hours where it starts to be repetitive. Like, oh my god, it's going to be repetitive. Oh Lord, now I gotta go kill this guy. Now I gotta go jump over here. Now I gotta do this. Red Dead Redemption kind of does the same, but in Red Dead Redemption, though, besides just little side quests and little missions, you got gold bars to pick. You got guns to go pick up. You got people to tie up and stuff, things like that. Though that's it always keeps it engaging. That's what's important about this game. What I'm seeing is it's definitely going to be engaging, which is a good thing though, because out of those 1,000 dialogues, maybe one of them would say, "Oh Lord, something happened," or "Please, my cat's lost," or "My dog Fifi, went under the ground and I can't find Fifi." And then you go out there and find Fifi, and Fifi is in trouble with a bunch of trolls after him, stuff like that. Yeah. Playground is a powerhouse studio confirmed. Yeah, they are. They really done an amazing job, especially with all the stuff they said about them, saying that they were going to dev hell and everything. I was like, Playground though, they went to dev hell. I mean, listen, everybody went to dev hell. That's the truth though. We all know how Forza Horizon will play and look, so it's not really the one to worry about. That's true though. I mean, to be honest though, Retro, and I think they learned a lesson though with that one. Because when with Forza Horizon 5 came out, it came out with all the cool extras, right? All the everything you needed to play the game. With this one, like I said, they learned a lesson from Motorsport because from Motorsport, when they released Motorsport, it's like, oh, I remember a lot of people were saying, oh, the core game is ready, release it. I'm like, no, they need the extra stuff because at the end of the day, people might get tired of the core game and want to do something else. And they're like, the core game is ready, release it. This, and look what happened with Motorsport. So yeah, I think they learned a lesson when it comes down to it. Yeah, I think they did. And I'm happy for it. Shout out to the 42 people here in the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And also hit that bell. Yes, sir. Hit it. So like I was saying, though, let's get to this, my chat. Let's go take over this because listen. Listen, my friends. Listen. Listen. Out of all things that I've been seeing out there in social media, it's like they couldn't find, like, look, first, it was the character customization. Chad, if you guys did not tell me about this because you came by and asked me that question, I did not know. To be honest, though, that was the main issue out there about Fable. Will it have character customization? Will it have this? And now they get the character customization, but again, they look for that but in that. And the buts that they look for, right, is right here. I'm going to show it to you guys right in a minute. Let me see if I can get this in the way. But yes, Pony's calling Xbox Forza Horizon beta testers laugh out of their way. Too new to Forza. Those games launched in a great state. You bay, listen, they're beta testers too. Because it's funny how the hypocrisy what goes around comes around, right? And the hypocrisy on their side is big because look, let's be frank about this. Their game releases day one on PlayStation, right? Stays there for a while and everything. But guess what happens the next time it goes to PC? So who the beta tester now though? That's what I'm saying though. I mean, they talk all their trash, but at the end of the day though, when it comes to PC, the games has been pretty much a bit more polished than what it was. Sometimes they come up with some issues because of the porting. But at the end of the day though, they did beta test the game before it went to PC. So, like I was saying, they always look for the but, and yes, they wrote about this, and this is something I was like, okay. And it says here, Fable, no, there's no dark companion in new Fable, and even the devs are upset. Let's read this, chat. Let's read this. There is no dark companion in the coming Fable reboot. In the original Fable one, there was no dark companion, but okay. If you don't believe me, Google it. Yes, there are those in the development team who are upset about it as well. Fable, there you go. That's why I said Fable 1, there wasn't any. In Fable 2 and Fable 3, one of the player favorite features of the game was the dog companion. However, the series is now being rebooted by Playground Games, and unfortunately, there's no dog companion. There will be horses, though. Chat, what would you prefer, a dog companion or a chicken companion? Because the chicken, you can kick it, though. I'd rather have the chicken. Speaking with an IGN, Ralph Fulton of Playground Games noted that he was the one who made the decision to cut the dog companions. He's cited development reasons as the cause, and noted that there were members of his team that have yet to forgive him for making that decision, which is okay. Because listen, you guys, what? Zuya Perkins, no, I don't. I'm talking about Fable now. I did not mention Halo anywhere, but okay. Um, I did know I was going. Let me see. If never forgive him for making that decision. All right. So I did know I was going to get this question, and do you know what? There are some folks on the team that were relishing me getting this question because I cut it a while back. You know what? For development reasons, right? I don't need to go into the more detail than that. Expect to say that there are a substantial number of people on the team who have not yet to forgive me for that decision. Despite the lack of K9 by your side, if it will retain the freedom of brightness of the original series, the orange of the reboot at this link. Is not having a dog companion by your side a deal breaker? Seriously? Wow. Okay. What is your favorite Fable game? Sound off in your official Discord server. Also, don't forget sign up for the Newsweek newsletter. Seriously, that will be a deal breaker for you in the game because you did not have a dog companion. Good God, no, 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 no. No. In Fable, I just wanted to be a deadbeat dad. Like, oh my God, that's so cuckoo. But yeah, like I said, though, they were looking for that butt situation. And they found it right here with there's no dog companion. They're making it sound like it's the end of the world because they don't have a dog companion. But in the original Fable, there wasn't a dog companion. It was actually one of the best games I've ever played. It was. Seriously, it was one of my favorites, though. Now, one thing I gotta say, chat, is that I saw that it's all closed. I don't know if we were gonna have armor because one of the things I really do love about the original Fable is that you had armor, and I like how when you went to evil side, the armor, started to become like evil, and that was pretty cool though. I like all that stuff from back in the day though. But that's something worth writing about. At least saying something about, like, oh man, it didn't have like the cool armor for the first one, but that's it. You can write about it to see if they can actually put it in there along the way or something. But at the end of the day, though, right? Having a competitor or not, I mean, for what I saw though, there's too many things to do to have a companion. And even though they probably said no to this one, but maybe in the next one though, which they'll probably have extra time to do it, they'll probably add the dog companion into it. They could just do what they did in the old days though. The new DLC was that will add your kids will grow up and seek redemption left. Oh damn. Does Louis have? What are you saying? I have Parkinson's though. Halo's going to PlayStation. Yeah, Halo's going to PlayStation. The Halo Combat campaign evolve is going to PlayStation day one. They said it. Yeah, I don't understand why Halo got brought up. I can care less what a pony has to say. Oh man, be nice. What's up, man? Good morning. Teresa, it doesn't have to be exactly like the older fables and have everything to be good. The thing is, though, right? The thing is, what I saw, like I said, what I saw about this game for me, what really took me, like I was like, wow, amazed me was there is so much to do in the game for what I saw though that is going to be entertaining. And I know it's gonna take a lot of our hours into that game. I don't know. It's probably gonna be like 200, 300, 400 long game, probably. Yeah. Atreus is way more annoying than any dog. Oh damn. We don't need that in our lives. Atreus. But yeah, Chad, I mean that's what I saw out there. Like the dog companion thing. I also saw something that, I was like, PS fanboys are more pissed at Xbox players who just don't really give a shit that games are going to PS now. Oh yeah, I see now. I see. Because the thing is, bro, boy, here's the thing though, right? It gets to a point where things get annoying. It does. I never had an annoying or useless companion than a dog. I'd take a good companion though, he says you it gets annoying to a point where they want to aggravate us. They want to look for a way for us to explode. Like, yeah, I'm getting your game, but I'm like, okay, and so what's your point? Yeah, I'm gonna see it look good on my pro. I'm like, okay, we're playing the same game, but okay, what else? Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna have it here. Okay, but did you know that you're $40 under? Well, I'm over here paying 30, or either way though. If I buy it though, you know what makes it more important? If I buy it, I get to play it anywhere I want. While you buy it on PlayStation, just play it on your PS5. That's it. I mean, seriously, bro, come on. It's like it's simple analysis right there. Come on, man. You gotta be. It's like it's just a way for them to stroke their ego. That's it. Just stroke their ego. Just be like, oh, I bought it. I have a PS5. My Pro looks better than yours. It's like one came by and told me that Fable's gonna look beautiful on my Pro, and it's gonna be way better on the Pro. I'm like, but not better than PC though. Right then and there, he didn't say nothing because I just destroyed his argument. Because he says it's gonna look way better on my Pro than anything else. I said, but not on PC though. PC's gonna kick your ass. He said, oops. He beat me there. He can't argue with me there though. Because that's the truth though. But yeah, it's like they're always looking like to have a fight with you about something. And we got to a point where we just, whatever you say, bro, have a good day. And they'll be like, yeah, let's keep talking about what's positive or what's bringing it into context. That's what we do. But yeah, I saw another article, though, that I really want to take now with this one. Let me go bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Let's go see the news, though. Ah, let's go see now. Where is that article, though? That I saw yesterday. I think I can. No, I don't think it's here though. I gotta go find it on Twitter. Let me go dig in on Twitter for that one. I never give a fuck with that. I didn't buy an Xbox because of the exclusives. Because here's the thing, though, Igor. They want to push the exclusive narrative in there, and they weaponize the word exclusive. When the truth of the matter is, we saw that it came out even this year. We saw, like I always mentioned, the ABKDO. We saw the truth behind the exclusive talk. That wasn't their main seller. They just used that as a weapon, though, just to destroy Xbox. It's like we talked about it, how Media wants to bring down Xbox. Because look, we just saw Fable. We saw Fable. We saw Forza. We saw all this stuff. The complaint about Fable was character customization. That was the main thing. That was the main complaint. Literally, they were sitting there complaining about that for quite some time. They were complaining about customer customizations, blah, 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 and all that bullshit. Then they announced customer customizations, and look where they focused at. Oh, no dog companion. Bro, did you see because this was funny, though. This game has been shown, like, what was it, 2 or 3 times by now? Has it been shown 2 or 3 times? I think the second time they showed it, where they showed more gameplay into Fable, we did not see a dog, though. and now they're complaining about it. It's incredible, though. It's incredible. They always look for that negative effect, just to talk bad about Xbox. But hey, this is what's funny. Oh, I found the article. Here you go. You gotta love this. You gotta love this. I love this conversation. Let's bring this up right here. Look at Push Square. Ha ha ha! Pushing the best at it. Trying to push another good thing, like trying to push, like, oh, here we have the biggest, largest audience possible. Really? Okay. How can we bring our games to the largest audience possible? Playground explains Fable's PS5 release. Okay. For this coming day to date, it's going to be huge. Already, the game racked up outrageous engagement at Sony's social media channels with a PlayStation teaser trailer approaching 500K at the time of writing, and X posts attracting over 25K. Okay, so let's see now. It's clear that the big to be big when it launches later this year. But then why the decision release day one when Forza Horizon 6 will be made to it? Well, speculation the port Playground's latest Japan release racer simply wasn't ready, but the developer has been targeting PlayStation more aggressively since Microsoft multi-platform shifts. However, the official or founder Ryan Fulton, speaking of an interview by IGN, within Playground, we have two projects slightly differences, different decisions, although the end point is the same. And I think as a game developer, the most important thing to me is the greatest number of people play any games as possible. See? Let's keep reading. That's what we're in this for. I think that's true. Most developers, we want the largest number of people to experience our games and enjoy them. You see how they took that out of context and said this? It's, oh my god, they took everything he said there, they took it out of context, because when we go in there and see who is the biggest audience out there when it comes to buying games, I mean, well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they think that because they have what 150 million users right now on PlayStation, probably 129 when it comes down to it, or what is it, 130? I don't know, between PS4 and PS5. They think they're actually the largest ones out there. Oh Lord, I mean, bro, you're out of touch with that though. Fulton did probably touch upon the Xbox changing strategy, explain the way the industry has been platform expansion, which I always say it's all about the access. We caveat that's more Microsoft thing, although we suppose it's true. Even PlayStation has been looking beyond the boundaries of its ecosystems at a platform such as at PC. Huh? You see how you took things out of context right here, and then you come around and you talk about PC though. Oh, why do you think they look at PC though? Explain that one to me, my friends right here at Push Square. Y'all are a bunch of dumbasses. Seriously, the reality is PS5 along with PC is going to be the biggest destination for Fable, especially as there's no Xbox Game Pass to cannibalize full price sales. Oh God, what? It's fascinating to see one of Microsoft's most enduring franchises go through a transition like this, but we suppose at this point it's simply a sign of the three times. Seriously, they're trying to go out there in console war and looking stupid. Because look, like I said, they wrote this title right here, Fable to PS5 release. And right here, they did not say that PlayStation is actually the largest number of audiences. No. What they want is to get the most people on there to come buy their game. What I mean by the most people is that, listen, I've always talked to you guys about this. When it comes to Final Fantasy, there's probably 3 to 4 million people that buy Final Fantasy on Xbox. There's probably 3 or 4 million people on PlayStation that buy Final Fantasy. I know the number is larger for Final Fantasy 7 Remake on PlayStation. And I'm just talking in general, right? And on PC, there's probably 3 or 4 million people that play Final Fantasy 2. When they go in and buy it, it makes a total of what? 12 million. So that's what they want to get. They want to get everyone that's a fan of this type of game to come in and buy it. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, Concord, Forspoken, Baby Steps, Death Stranding 1, Final Fantasy, and Phone Stars, Quantum Error, Cold Violet being exclusive. Didn't help those games at all. Exclusives are dead. Ooh, damn. They reach it with the fire. The questions they need to ask is why Sony only releasing 2 major games in 2026. if Wolverine doesn't get delayed, they're not gonna ask that question, Rayoid. Never in their life they're gonna ask that question. But I just love this. I just love how articles grab stuff, spin it, and go in for the negatives. I love when they do that. Like seriously, spin it like to make my side look better than your side. Incredible because of the comment the developer made. And the comment the developer made was not about PlayStation though. He's talking about the multiplayer strategy. Like getting not the multiplayer, like multi-platform strategy though. Oh God. It's hilarious. Sony's pretty much just a storefront and console maker at this point. They barely quality as a game developer. Ooh, damn. I mean, that's what we're seeing right now because they're not delivering games. But we all know why, and that is because of Jim Ryan's vision. That's it. That is because of Jim Ryan's vision. We can't lie about that. It's the truth. Jim Ryan had a vision. He wanted to go out there and try to get 12 service games, which they failed. They picked up Bungie to try to help them deliver those service games, which it failed, and now they're back to square one. Wow. And yet nobody writes about that because my chat, they're afraid they're not gonna get their little cool codes from PlayStation or something. I don't know what the heck though. Seriously. I remember one time, I even said this for me, like Sony hands them cash, like to make the reviews though. I said that once though. I said it in a joking manner though. But hey, I don't know why they're so afraid to talk negative about PlayStation. I seriously don't understand though. Why are they so afraid to talk negative about that box? Because seriously, last generation, when it came down to Xbox, we go through the history. First off, it was the 1080p 900, right? And then when we got the Xbox One X come out, which was the most powerful console, back then. Well, still is back then the most powerful console. What did they use after that, though? Well, now we don't have the 900 and 1080p argument. Where are we gonna go? Let me go see. Where can I find to poke at Xbox? The exclusives talk. They don't have first party games. They don't have exclusives. They don't have all this stuff. Now this gen, they finally got first party games. They finally got all this cool stuff happening. Like seriously, I always say this. I did not even see one social media article going and type in and say, I can't believe any Xbox games made it to the Game of the Year awards because they really did some heavily publishing this year. Just an example though. That would be something interesting to read, so people to sit down and read, and talk about it. But yeah, simple media needs a hero and a villain to generate clicks. They made Sony the hero, Xbox the villain. They're in so deep they can't go back, which sucks for them. It does. Because, for example, we look at what he said, though, on that article. Well, Game Pass is cannibalizing sales. They're so scared of the change, though. Because look, chat. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And this is a good point of view I'm going to give you right here. When Netflix came out, I'm going Netflix now. When Netflix came out, how's the sales going for DVDs and Blu-rays? When Spotify came out, how's the music business going when it comes down to that? I'm asking on this question right here in my chat. How is that going though? The physical sales, the digital sales, how are they going? How are they? When you got a Netflix, you got Paramount Plus, you got all these companies doing this. How are they going though? How are the cable companies going? Beforehand we had cable. Nowadays we don't need cable because all we gotta do is subscribe to all these services. And pretty much when you subscribe to all of them, it's pretty much you paying the same thing as basic cable because cable is like what, $100? I don't know. Chad, you guys tell me how much cable was back in the day. I don't know. But seriously, how is that going for you? Where was the fighting? Where was the complaining? Because nowadays I don't see people fighting about this. I don't. So there's still some physical, people who like physical stuff out there buying the physical things. I understand that. But I don't see the complaints roaming around like they do when it comes down to consoles, though. Because look, here's what's funny though, chat. We live in a world. We live in a world that you got big companies, especially in gaming, right? You got Nintendo, you got PlayStation, you got what's it called? You got Xbox, you got Tencent, you got all these companies, right, doing this. So, question is, with technology advancing the way it is, we already have movies and DVDs on cloud, right? Streaming, you just go ahead and watch it. That's it. Oh, we're watching on cloud. Cool, fantastic. We're done. We're out. We have that there. Wouldn't you think we would get games going onto cloud though? If we already got movies on there, why would you think we won't get games into cloud? So what I meant by saying that is we might see, let's say Microsoft wasn't doing this, probably PlayStation would have done it. If PlayStation wasn't doing this, probably Tencent would have done it. Any other company would have done it though. They would. They would have done it. It was going to come around and it was going to get to a point where people are not going to buy the games because listen, the main problem about gaming nowadays, and I keep on saying this all the freaking time, and it's the truth. The ones who bought games, the ones who got adjusted to that, the ones who bought consoles, the ones who stick around to that is us. Kids nowadays, cell phone or cloud. They don't talk about consoles. They don't. Sometimes they may talk about the PS5, but they get the PS5. But at the end of the day, they prefer to game on the tablet in their hand or their mobile phone. I'm not kidding you. I've seen this again and again and again and again because chat. Big example. Two nephews that I have. Both of them have PS5. There was one that stayed here over the weekend, Sunday. You know what he did? I'm like, bro, look. I said, bro, come here, come here, come here. Look, 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 look. Ah, console. Ah, shiny console. Look, 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 look. Ah, PC, shiny PC. He said, yeah, I'll get around to it later. And he spent all day gaming on his cell phone. All freaking day. Gaming on his cell phone and talking to his friend through the cell phone. Not a single article ever mentioned. They did drop in to talk about the. I remember I saw a couple articles, but they did not jump on it. Did not jump on it, and that's the thing, though. And they just don't attack it. They don't. But when they go ahead, because here's what I say though: when you go on ahead and attack a company, you gotta look all ways. Seriously, you gotta look all the ways though. Always, you gotta look all the ways because look, even though Xbox Game Pass, the game drops day one there. But let's say Fable drops into PS Plus down the road. Let's, for example, drops into PS Plus. Doesn't that cannibalize the sales there too? Because they're doing the same thing though. Because when it comes down to it, they're doing the same thing. It's a service. I just love how they go ahead and trash, but like I said, they don't look both ways. They don't look at one. Let's go trash this one. Let's go destroy this one. Let's talk bad about Xbox. Let's destroy it. Let's talk about how their changes suck. But when you come down to being an Xbox user like me and you all that are here, we see the change and we enjoy the change. That's what we do. We enjoy it. We embrace it. We enjoy it. For example, chat, I got a question. How many of y'all got handhelds? And in that handheld, how many of you guys take advantage of the Xbox Game Pass and play anywhere and everything? How many of you guys take advantage of that? Or how many of you guys take advantage of the cloud though? Because listen, when I went to California, I even took my Fire Stick with me. I unplugged it, took it with me. I said, when I get to California, I unplug the Fire Stick on the TV and have some fun. But then, as my friend Roberto said, hey, listen, you got a TV there, plug it in, and no, just sign in with the Samsung TV. You have Game Pass on there. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that because there's so much places you can play games, right? And I just logged in and started playing. Simple, easy play. That's it. Just hey, oh, okay. With the Xbox app, bloop. Okay, Crazy Louis signing in, boop, boop, boop. That's it. Start playing. That's it. That's it. But that's the main problem though. Media doesn't look always. All they do is look at one guy and makes Xbox the villain. The sad thing is Sony isn't contributing anything substantial for gaming industry, but they want to pitch for Microsoft, who is offering options like Game Pass, cloud gaming. Yeah, exactly, exactly, 100% right there, Rayon. And that is something that is not to be seen though, because look, Shuhei Yoshida even said it. And he doesn't have to give advice to Sony anymore because it doesn't work there. He doesn't. After he got his Xbox One Ally and he saw everything that was happening and was enjoying playing on his Xbox One Ally, which he still enjoys to this day, he told Sony, hey, Sony, it isn't anymore about raw power, though. You got to do something. Because kind of funny, though, chat. Kind of funny. Look what I saw yesterday. Look what I saw. I saw something interesting yesterday. And the thing that I saw interesting was that Sony is bringing back now the TV thing that you can log in with the controller and attach the DualSense to the TV and start playing on Sony TVs. Huh? But wasn't that technology back in the day? Yeah, it was. But Louis, that's old technology. Blah blah blah. But wait, now you can put your DualSense to it. Huh, who does that? And who's been pushing for that tech? Even though pretty much Sony started it, but who's been pushing for that tech though when it comes down to cloud gaming and all that stuff? Who was pushing for that? Was it me? Was it you, Chat? No, it was Microsoft. Shit, no way. Sony has more anti-consumer losses against them, and yes, they have a ton of losses, which we will cover when that comes out. It's going to be interesting to cover that and see how it goes. And it's a ton of cash. It's going to be a ton of cash, and yeah, they're going to lawyer up for that one. Jeffrey Grana, I just got a pro to play those games for the first time. Fable Forza, nice, enjoy that. Because listen, that's the thing. I don't have a problem with what you buy though. Never have, never will. Never have, never will. Never will. If you're gonna enjoy it, go for it. But at the end of the day, don't come in flaunting like, yeah, it's gonna look better on my pro, blah blah blah. Because all I just gotta say is, it looks better on PC. That's it. And automatically that argument gets shut down. I have a Switch One. I have no interest in rock stuff. I don't often play on the cloud, so as I don't game when I'm outside the house. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, some people don't do that, yeah. But for example, since I travel though, sometimes I love that I have that option. I can cloud game. I love that. Get into the internet, cloud game. If I want to catch a breaking game for a little while, because sometimes you're just like, oh man, I just want to sit home and game, for a little bit, or sit at where I'm at and game for a little bit, and take your mind off of things. That's how it is, chat. At the end of the day, it's that we were gonna have access. That's the important thing. I always say that next generation, it's not gonna be only about power. It's not only gonna be about games. It's not only gonna be about that. The next generation, the most important thing is where can you access to play your games. That's the most important thing, though. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what's shining, though. So let's moving on up. Let's see what else we can find out here because, man, like I said, more negative talks on these games. But look, Beast of Incarnation, great. Clinton was the game I was like, yeah. Oh, here we go. Another thing that they want to tackle and talk bad about. Yes. Forza Horizon 6 controversial Game Pass upgrade. It costs as much as the game itself. Forza Horizon 6 made a big splash the last night's Xbox Direct with an impressive showing that finally gives us a glimpse of Playground's vision for an open world Japanese racing. It launches soon too, with a May release date on Xbox, but folks are trying to spot the game's DLC is looking rather expensive this time around. Okay. Indeed, head over to the Xbox store. You can see the game's pre-new upgrade, which contains early access and is often paired with the Xbox Game Pass subscription. For pre-release access, costs €60, $60 here in the UK. That's the same exact price as the standard edition of the game. In the US, base is $70, which is notable markup on Forza Horizon 5, $40, $50 upgrade, and the other comparable Microsoft titles. You gotta always look for the but, huh? The slightly better pricing of the base game in the UK does make the upgrade look more expensive over here than it probably does in the US, but 60 is still a huge ask for day one DLCs. Of course, this upgrade does contain two major expansions with the Forza Horizon series has been, as always, hey, 1 second, chat. Hey, te vaya. Ok. What? Sí, yo me la tomé y me puse la medicina en la mano. ¿Te la llevaste la tomada? Espérate. Está bien, tú me escribes. Yo me voy ya por toda la semana y ya se va. Está bien, está bien. Y ya. Vamos ahorita. Vamos. Está bien. Te mando. Sí, te la mando, está bien. So bring it back in, chat. Sorry about that. So let's see now. Where was I, chat? Bring it back in. Sorry about that. So let me see. For day one DLC, of course, the upgrade does contain two major expansions, which the Forza Horizon has always delivered on since the Forza Horizon 3 days. But those will come months down the line. The main launch day purchase is for the 4-day early access window and some other small welcomes pack and such. We're seeing fans begin to comment on to this here in the Pure Xbox comments on Reddit, social media, and the like, and we're intrigued to see how all this shakes out for Microsoft and PlayAround Games. If you have a strong feeling you enjoy those big two expansions, then the premium upgrade could still be worth it. But otherwise, we'll probably recommend waiting and just grabbing the standard edition for Horizon 6 either standalone or played it via Xbox Game Pass. Exactly. What are you complaining about? You see? You guys answered the question though right there. You guys, that's I love how they go in and answer the question though. I love it. I love how they come in and answer the question because it's insane though. If you want to go ahead and buy the $60 version, because first things first, it costs 120 the premium because that's something they don't put on here. Why don't y'all put the standard price though? Put the standard price in for it to be pre. Yeah, go ahead and put it. Why don't you all put it in there though? Let me go check something out. Let's have some fun, chat. I always love having fun though. They should make more Star Wars Marvel games. Nobody cares about IPS. Think about that. But look at this though. Forza Horizon 5 Premium Edition price. Seriously? Let's take a look at this, chat, real quick. So back in the day, though, the price was $100 for Premium Edition. It was. The Premium Edition for Forza Horizon 6, right? Let me type it in Forza Horizon 6 Premium Edition. Let's see now. What's the price on? There you go. It's 120 bucks. 120. So the difference is that if you pay for the Premium Edition for that month, right? Pay Premium Edition for that month. You decide to go ahead and buy it. You're saving 60 bucks. You're saving 60 bucks. Pretty much it's the same gap that we had back in the day. Back in the day, it was 40. I remember correctly. It was 40. Yep, 100% it was 40 back in the day because they do mention it on the article. It was 40 because the premium edition was 100. It was 100. So what do you expect? You expect them for the premium edition that's now 120 to put it in 40? Now, if the premium edition was 100 and they put it up to 60, that's a boom right there. But the premium edition is 60. It's $120 though. And you're still saving that $60 gap though. You're still saving it, even though you might say, "Oh, this at the Game Pass it becomes 70," and back in the day it was 40 bucks. The gap was 40 bucks. Now it's what is it, 30? But okay though, because here's the thing that they don't talk about is Forza Horizon comes out that month, but with the $30 you're also going to get more games on there. It's that simple. But again, the $60 gap though is still there. Lordy, lordy, lordy. It's incredible, right? Uh, and here's the funny part though. You pay for early access. I get it. Cool. Pay for early access. Fantastic though. You want to play it 4 days early? Cool. No problem. But bro, you're getting the game day one and Game Pass, and all you're gonna do is play, 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 and then down the road, when you see that premium thing drop down, that premium $60 drop down to 40, you can say, okay, let me purchase it now because there's that option. And they even said it in the article right there. At the very end, though, because they had to complain about it first. I love that stuff. First Horizon Project is the same thing. 100 for early access. Of course, Trinidad Company is going to exploit the option again. Please don't forget it's an option. Yes, Rio, I know they did it. But the difference is that when Forza Horizon 5 came out, the premium edition cost 100 and you pay 40 for the access. So the gap was $60. This one cost 120 and they were expecting it to drop into 40 again. But you're still saving the $60 that you were saving from the last time though. That's the area where they don't mention it in the article. Good thing I'm here, and smart enough to see it. But it's expensive though for premium access though. Damn, $120. Holy shit. I should have kept that down to 100 though. That's my only complaint. But other than that though, if it's 120, they're charging you 60, you're still saving $60. And you got the option to wait. Simple and easy. I see stuff like this and I just laugh. Just laugh on how terrible they do things. It's terrible. Like I said, though, they go in this incredible showcase, chat, because look, right? We had a great showcase. I said it before and I'll say this again. I rated it a 9 out of 10 because the playing game just didn't click with me. But it just didn't click with me until I tried it. It still does not click with me. But everything that was shown, we had a beautiful, beautiful, fantastic Forza Horizon showcase. Well, I love the thing that they showed us with the wheels, like along the way. It start to what's it called? It starts to what's it called? Like the wheels start to run off, and you have to buy new wheels. I love that when it shows like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's something that we never had, like in especially in that you see it how it goes away and stuff like that. I don't know if we had it in old games I don't understand, like you see the tire and it goes away though. I don't know if you can see it in old games. I don't know the tire wear out. But for this one though, I like that they added that. I like that we got drag racing. I like all that stuff. And I got a garage. I got a town I can build. Like there's so it just it's like they made Forza way more engaging than how it was before. Love that idea. Yet they go in and then trying to look for that but option. Let's complain here. Let's complain there. Let's bitch about this here. Same thing with Fable. And chat, did you notice it's only for these two games? But what about Beast of Incarnation? No complaints? Nothing about killing either? No complaints about that either? I mean, come on, man. Complain. Go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts about it. Incredible. Incredible. And that's my main issue with media, though, Chad. They always look for something negative instead of being excited, though. And it's like how Safo says before. See, media's out there to destroy things instead of bringing in the positive talks, though. I mean, right there in that article, they should have explained and said, look, the premium edition is for $120, and basically the last one was 100. There's still that $60 grab. So if you want to get it, go for it. And I can see why it's $20 more. That's all they had to write in that article. Simple and easy. Just put that in there. But in that article, they try to make it deceiving. Like, look, it's 60, and it's like we have to look for the info. And that's the thing, though. People don't look for information. Sometimes they don't. They don't. They rather go in, write what they want to say, and destroy everything around it. These dudes will complain about this stuff while having a Pandora account, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu Plus, Paramount Plus, etc. Yeah, yeah. The show put me to sleep. If they announced a Kang the Conqueror game or Copless or Doom, I don't know, Tittles, and Witcher Cyberpunk, they very boring for a powerhouse. Really, it is. Why did you find the show boring though? I found the show to be very interesting though. Well, I mean, this you like Marvel games and stuff like that. I get it though. I think you were expecting to Blade show up, but Blade was not going to show up in the showcase. It was not now because I mean, Blade was announced. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago? Maybe by next year we'll probably get more into Blade. But yeah, I guess you're a Marvel fan and DC fan. I get it. I get it. Because again, not all of us have to like everything that shows up. It's true. I always say that. It's true. Not all of us have to like it. That's how it is. So let's see what else is out there on Twitter. Let's see what the complaints are after this amazing showcase. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. And of course, the haters like Crack Gamer and all those guys had to go out there and say something about it because they can't shut up. The same dude that got slandered by Phil Spencer. I don't know how he's out there talking shit. I guess I really heard him when Phil came by and kicked his ass on social media, though. Not personally, though. Oh, Lord. Let's see what else is out there. Oh, and there's the complaint about the four games. I mean, the other games like Halo, uh, Gears, and all this stuff. I was that complaint there too. Of course, they had to add those complaints on there. Yeah, they had to add it. Though. They had to. Yeah, the same old complaints. Because the last showcase, they complained about that too. Where's Gears? Where's this? Where's that? Yeah. Bro, be happy with what you got, though. I mean, I understand why can't they ever be happy with what they got. They always got to complain about something, though. Okay. So let's see what else Twitter is complaining about out here. Yay. Let's see what the Twitter guys are complaining about. Woohoo. Woohoo. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go. Incredible. They're trying to it's incredible how they go out here and just look for how they just look for that butt effect. Negative effect about everything. Yeah, they don't see like and they don't say, hey, listen, hey Sony, where's your games? Hey Sony this, hey Sony that. It's like they just don't care. You know. They'll talk about it later on, probably write one article or two, and that's it. But nobody focuses. Like I said, though, when you guys back in the day, you focus on Xbox not having games and everything. But where's the energy now with this one, though? Where is it? Where is it? I want to see the energy with this one. There isn't any. Because if it was Xbox, though, you would see that energy all over the place, which is insane. Oh, God. That's what we got to do, chat, is just laugh at them. That's all. Laugh at them, read the articles, talk about them, and laugh at them at the end of the day. That's all we got to do. People who fell for the seven games thing or whatever were played, they should be upset for the creators of the RUMs that Xbox show. The thing is, though, there's something called overhyping. And that is something that, we have learned on the way. When we saw the number six, though, I said there could be six games because you see the number six, though. But at the end of the day, we got to wait for the showcase to see what's going to be shown, though. But people love to overhype, love it, and they try to get everyone emotionally attached to that. But at the end of the day, though, once it gets there, they're excited, expecting seven games or expecting all this. I'm like, okay, just like that's why I try to always educate my chat and tell them wait for the company to announce, wait for it to be seen. And if you see the seven games, of course, you have like, yay, this is cool, this is awesome. But if you don't see them, they're like, okay, only four. But hey, the four games that we saw was fantastic. That's how you gotta see things. but not listening to everybody out there. You know, when they overhype, you say, "Oh, you're kind of overhyping though." But okay, we listened to your video, cool, no problem. But yeah, Xbox never hyped. Not exactly. Xbox never overhyped everything though. But the thing was, since they saw the number, probably well before they saw the number six when it came out, because even when I saw the number six, I was like, could it be six games though? It's interesting to see that though. But people love to overhype and do these videos to overhype and do all this stuff. And again, you see them, and that's why I always educate my channel and tell them, you see those videos, you listen to it, cool. You know, there could be, there could not. Of course, you get happy because it's a pretty cool announcement, though. Nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, though, you gotta have in your heart and say, "Listen, I'll wait for the company to say it." And then if you nailed it, cool. If you didn't, cool too. At the end of the day, though, this showcase had four fantastic games. Right, three of them I enjoyed, which was Beast of Reincarnation, um, Fable, and Forza Motorsport. The Killing game still has me a bit. I gotta try it out before anything, you know. Because I always say, weird games, you gotta try it out. Sometimes you look at it, oh, this is weird, but then it becomes a fun game, though. And that's it. Like that's it. Like for example, look at what I saw on the trailer. I talked to you guys for what I saw on the trailer. Like for example, for Fable, like man, with a thousand people conversations with NPC and anything, it looks like this game is going to be super engaging. It's not going to be a boring, anything. I think it's going to be like fantastic. And what you saw for you get a job, building weapons, or you can buy businesses, buy houses, get married again, talk to a different lady or person, whatever, get married again and again and again and again and again. I mean, that's pretty cool. Have your kids. That's fantastic. I mean, it looks like it's going to be really freaking engaging, which is cool. But yet, you got to go in and talk about the negatives. Always like that. Really, the Xbox would have better. Wow, they are really, Xbox would have had a better shot this generation if it had been ready to launch the Series X exclusive. Everything that I'm seeing tells me this game could be a big hit. But yeah, but here's the thing though, and this is the part where people don't see though, and people don't talk about because it's something that we gotta educate ourselves, the fans, as Xbox fans though. Like when we see a game going over there, going to PlayStation or going everywhere else, because listen, Xbox has been for years going third party. Because look, I'll explain to you guys why. It's something that people never educated other people about. When they started to port their games on PC, when they started to do that, and people saw that PC, all the power and all the specs and everything it has, a lot of people jumped to PC, and they literally left the console behind. But if you're on the Xbox store, you're buying the games, you're using their store, you're doing all this, you're into Game Pass, you download the games on Game Pass and all that stuff. That's what Xbox really wants. And nowadays, we players, video game players, have expanded to other frontiers. We have not. Some of us have moved out from the console experience, now the PC experience. Some of us have moved out from Xbox to PlayStation. Some of us from PlayStation moved to Xbox. Some of the PlayStation guys moved to PC. That happens. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with moving. There's nothing wrong with moving. You may not support the console though, but the question is now, are you going to support the store? And the most important thing and where the money is made, I always say this, it's not on the hardware. It's on the store because they got it to that point where the store is the thing that makes the money, not the console. They got to that point. And why do you say this? I'll explain to you guys why. Here you go. You buy a PlayStation. Simple. You buy a PlayStation. PlayStation costs $500. Let's say they make $20 from that PlayStation, right? You make a username and you start playing Fortnite. That's it. You start playing. All you do is play Fortnite. That's all you're gonna play Fortnite, right? Play Fortnite, nothing else. What happens in Fortnite? You don't do the microtransactions. You don't buy nothing like that. You just go ahead and run around, shoot things, and just use that one simple Fortnite character right there. So again, how is PlayStation making the money then? because all they do is play Fortnite. They're not using the microtransactions. They're not buying any skins or nothing. All they did was download it and have the free to play and have fun. That's the only thing they're playing. How are they making the money though? How? That's a question though. If they're not buying any games or anything, because all you did was buy the box to play the game. That's it. I mean, you just bought it. PlayStation right then and there is probably making royalties, right, from you playing Fortnite. I probably get some royalties from that, and also because you bought the PlayStation. But that's a small royalty though. But now you buy the PS5, you play Fortnite, and you start buying skins. You start paying all the microtransactions and everything. That gives them extra PlayStation right there, and also to the guys who created Fortnite. That's how it is. Same thing with movies, though. How do movies make money in Netflix? They sit down and negotiate. If we get 1,000 views, we get paid this much. If we get or people watching the movie get this much, or how many hours put into the movie, we get this much. It's all about that nowadays. It's all about that. So when you're in the PlayStation Store right there, right, and here comes the third one though. You buy the PlayStation and you start buying all these games, and that's where they make money. That's where they seriously make the money right there on the console. When you sit there, buy the games, subscribe to the service, and do all that stuff. It's simple. That's how these businesses now and days are. It's not all about the console. It wasn't like back in the day, though. Like back in the day, you had to buy the box and you had to go out there and buy games. Nowadays, seriously, not everyone is buying the game, though. And that's what I mean, though, like how we gamers have expanded to other platforms, right? Some of us have moved to PC, some PlayStation guys have moved to PC, some have moved to Xbox, some Xbox moved to PlayStation. It's it happens. So what am I gonna do to get, let's say, the one who used to be an Xbox 30 years ago, or 25 years ago, sorry, the one who used to be an Xbox to come buy my game? How do I get him to do that? Because he's now on PlayStation. Well, simple. Let's send the game over there because that's where the money's being made. That's all. And these companies need to make money. The thing is, they go out there and they trash Xbox about it because it's the only one that's doing it, supposedly. But PlayStation is pushing against the PC, so yeah, they're doing it too. And like I said, back in the day when they decided to start porting Xbox games to PC, we've all said, okay, it's Microsoft, they have Windows, yeah, but when it comes to hardware, though, the Xbox will never compete against the PC. If you get my drift, though. Same thing with the PlayStation. It's not going to compete against the PC, though. It's not. I'm glad we're getting a new Fable. There hasn't been one since the 360 days. 100% I'm glad for that, too. And that's the part where we as gamers have to be happy. We had to be happy we're getting these games. We had to be happy for what we saw. We had to be happy for what we're going to enjoy instead of looking for the but situation like they look for out there when it comes down to social media. It's the same guys complaining, same articles complaining about stupid stuff. Like, for example, the whole Forza thing, right? Bro, you can complain about the price. But at the end of the day, though, it's like what I say, though. You complain, but it's $120 that premium edition. 120. So why not put the 20 extra if it's 120 though? And that's the part I don't bring up. But hey, they always look for things to complain about. And it's funny though, they complain about cannibalizing sales on Xbox though, but now they're complaining because the Xbox guys have to pay 60 for the premium edition. Seriously? See my drift though? They always complain about something. But enough about the guys that are complaining, because to be honest though, it's just stupid. The complaints are just, oh my god, no. I'm talking about the guys that are complaining though, like the social media and media guys complaining about things though. Instead of like talking about like, oh man, look at this game. Oh man, this is what's included. Oh man, let's talk about this. Let's talk about 1,000 dialects on how engaging it can be. Let's talk about all that stuff that's gonna make the game interesting. That's what we gotta talk about though. But no, they'd rather trash so they get the clicks. It's always amazing though. So this is the things. This is some stuff that people have been talking about out there on Twitter. Like, for example, Fable is like a real life simulator. You can acquire jobs for income, buy every house in Albion, become a landlord, rent your best NPCs, and evict them. Buy every business in Albion to get rich. Hire NPCs to work for your business. Date, marry, have children with as many villagers as you want, bro. And that's what's funny though. That's one thing we saw though. We still have not seen more into the game. We still haven't. There's probably fishing. There's gotta be more stuff in there. Oh, bro boy, you're here? Bro boy. Oh, bro boy. You're in here, bro boy? KJ just put out a tweet saying, much rather people who spread misinformation than someone who is a coward with zero backbone. If you're gonna go to me, at least don't be a coward, says KJN Gamer, he says. You hear that, bro boy? He's challenging you. I mean, the guy does not get it. If you're blocked, because bro, he's tired of your stupidity. That's why he blocks you. People don't understand what block means though. It's always so funny though. It's always so funny. So let's keep going though. Oh, and the other complaint was that I saw out there was, oh, I can't believe Xbox is putting Fable Day 1 on PlayStation. Come on, man. Come on. You still not adjusted to the third party thing? Come on, get adjusted to it, man. Get with on the days now. Get with the new things nowadays. At least be happy we're getting the Fable though. It's coming to Game Pass. And you're saving money for it if you want to buy the premium edition. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Uh, but yeah, Chad, that's everything I saw out there. I mean, if you saw anything else, go ahead and type it in. Seriously, type it in because it'll be interesting to talk about these things before I start to head out. You know. But the Dead Direct, the way it started, I'm happy. We're getting good stuff at the end of the day. We're gonna get games starting off this year. We still have anniversaries coming up. Like I said, we have the 25th, which we're right now in. We're right now in the. We're gonna see the Bethesda, and We're also going to see the Blizzard anniversary too. So yeah, we have 3 anniversaries right now. And like I always say in my chat, if you're an Xbox gamer, it's a beautiful time and beautiful day to be an Xbox gamer, user, whatever. I don't care. As long as you game on Xbox, I'm happy. And as long as you're playing games, I'm happy too. But like I said, though, being a part of that is fantastic. It is. My chat is fantastic. Because we have the Play Anywhere feature, which is one of the coolest ones. We have the Play Anywhere. We have Play Anywhere. We have what's it called? We have Game Pass. We have a console that produces power where we enjoy our games. What else can we ask for? And we save money. The most important key feature of them all is that we save money, something that these articles don't talk about. They rather go out there and just slander. So yeah, great showcase, guys. 9 out of 10 for me. What was your rating of the showcase, though? Well, I want to hear your thoughts about it. What would you rate the showcase? What would you rate it for what you saw? Go for it. I want to hear your thoughts. What would you guys rate it? Oh Lord, they keep on talking about the $60. Good God, wow, they keep talking about that. 9 out of 10 and 9? Okay, perfect. That's a good rating. 9 out of 10 like me. I'm 9 out of 10 too. I'm 9 out of 10 though. I am 9 out of 10. Let me see if I find something because I remember. Let me go see Shinobi's tweet though. I don't even know I don't like the dude, but I think he really did something. He did a pretty good thing about Yeah, here we go. So more stuff about Fable. Focus on choices and consequences, action, drama, British humor. Begin as a child, growing up in Blair Hill. Your village is turned into stone by a mysterious stranger off the adventure. So, sending off the adventure. So, that's the adventure side. Rolling hills, magical forests, bustling villages, sleeping hamlets, oversized vegetable patches. Explore seamlessly full open world. Brownstone. Power Stone returns, heroes guild, etc. Customizable protagonist hair, facial armor, etc. Play with melee and ranged weapons, powerful spells, stagger enemies. Large enemies like cockatrices, trices. Sorry if I said that wrong. Pause, but okay. Buy houses, getting a job, make money, romance villagers, and get married, have children. You can even buy a house or business in Albion and get rich. Living population over 1,000 talkable NPCs inhabit the world, their own routines, etc. You can talk to every one of the NPCs and have conversations. Build a reputation, morality, etc. NPCs will praise you or scold you. Everything you do affects your reputation. People will remember things you did and love or hate you. Make many choices. Some will change the entirety of Albion. One choice revolves around the character you meet early in the game who discovers a growth form and turns into a giant. You can choose to let him live, kill him. Killing him leaves this giant corpse on the land, affects how homes, prices, etc. So like, that's just for what we saw, though. Now, here comes Foresight. Cover card GRGT, seasonal changes across Japan, of course. Over 550 cars at launch. Cars to collect, houses, landmarks, customizable garages. Unique body kits for all cars, liveries, windows, more customization. New tire wear modeling. New rare aftermarket cars to collect. Improve audio effects. Build and decorate a large estate for yourself. Car meets out in the open world. Fully multiplayer custom building in Colab. So look, these games are going to be fun. We're going to have a blast. And yeah, like I said, for me, 9 out of 10. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, chat, listen up. The crazy ones got to go, chats. I got to do a couple things, chat, before I head out because I'm going away for the weekend. On Monday, my chat, there will be no show because I'm going away for the weekend with my father and the family. You know, it's been a while since I hang out with my father because over Christmas it was pretty much a bit impossible because I had to travel. And since I had to travel, those things happen. So yes, going out, going to hang out with my father, going to have fun with the family, and I'll be back around Monday afternoon. I left you guys with some shorts for you guys to enjoy, like always. And on Monday, no, on Tuesday we'll be back for the Good Morning Crazy Louis show. Will be. Beast game was interesting. Beast and Force a mind blowing. Kill was confusing at first until they went to that for gameplay, which looks like a fun multiplayer downtown game. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Right? The kill game looks pretty cool. Like I said though, for me it was a 9 out of 10 though. Like you said, it was pretty confusing, pretty weird. But listen, we gotta try it out though. But yeah, I'm going out, chat. I'm gonna have fun with the family. Just enjoy another little break from the break that I had though. And get to the beach because where I was at, the beach was super cold. I need some sunlight. Yes, hit me, sun, hit me. But chat, before I go, like always, tell me what you've all been playing. What you've all been playing, my chat. I've just been playing Arc Raiders. Yesterday, me and TJ were playing Arc Raiders. TJ died a couple times. He sucks. Don't play with TJ Arc Raiders. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with TJ. It was a good run. It was a good run. Like always, I've been playing Arc Raiders, just enjoying Arc Raiders for a while. To see what my next big game is going to be. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what's going to cook. I got to still finish Expedition 33. I always say I'm going to take care of it, but I keep forgetting that there's so much cool things to play. I put it to the side still. But yes, soon I will play it. Soon I will finish it up. But yeah, Chad, what you all been playing though? What you all been playing? Let's see now. Rhythms, we know so far. Okay. Hmm. See operators alerts. Out of the cinema. So traumatic. Okay. Let me see now. People use this. How did they clean? Oh Lord, this. Oh, thank God for digital. Oof, that was one of the things I hated about disc, though. No matter how protective you were about the disc, sometimes it got that scratch, and you get like, so aggravated to see that, though. Oh my God. Ah. Everybody gave the Xbox Direct an A, though. But PC, I'm hooked on the simulator games. Nice. That's fun, though. Simulator games are fun, though. They really, really do take everything out of you. But for me, As of now, though, for what I saw, the biggest AAA game is going to take for me this year is going to be Fable. I'm really going to have fun with Fable. Besides GTA 6, Fable's going to be the game for me. Oh, man, I can't wait for Fable. Yes, Fable, yes. I'm going to see. It shows how great rides. I'm going to see. I was wanting to reach what? What? Noble and Commando games. Yeah, chat. Chat. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. You guys seriously always bring up the show and make the best of it. And again, I want to thank Maurice for being here. You can find him at the Games Tester and also on YouTube at the Games Tester, where he sits there and does his videos about Xbox, Xbox Series, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro, and the Nintendo Switch. You can see how the game runs and how it's looking over there at his channel at the Games Tester. Yes, sir. That's where you can find my brother Maurice. Either way, though, in the description down below, his channel is there if you want to go there and subscribe. And chats, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful night. You mean a beautiful and awesome Friday, also weekend. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET when we do come back with Salvo the Big Plume and Silent Cypher. Sorry, I had a little bit of error come in. Xbox en Español, which is today, 7 p.m. ET with Elvis Elecita and Metal Berserker. If you guys speak Spanish, tune in. Their channel is in the description down below. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Luke Gaming when I send the signal over there on Twitter X, Discord, Blue Sky, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on to talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Chat, love you guys, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Like I said, I left you all with some shorts for fun. Enjoy it, and see you guys back on Tuesday. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one and also a beautiful weekend. And play games. Play games and have fun. Yeah.